welcome back to another video. Wow, 2020 has been a year. A lot happened this year. It's been busy and tough for everyone, and everyone's dealt with that in different ways. For me personally, I dealt with that by crocheting a lot, and because of this I've made a lot of things. So I thought it would be fun to show you some highlights, since I think it would be physically impossible to show you all of them, because I made a lot of things, and this video would probably be an hour long. And I don't have time to edit that. That's a long video to edit. So we're not going to do that. This was my first full year of crocheting, so there is kind of a gradient of skill throughout them. They're not going to be in order because I don't remember when I made half this stuff. I just know it was sometime this year because time has no meaning anymore. So the first things is these little mittens. They're just these little fingerless mittens that then you can unclip and you have a whole mitten, but a thumb, because I didn't know how to make thumb holes at that point. I hadn't figured out how to make a thumb for a mitten just yet. So this is what we had. And it's very cute, and I love it. And I love this wool. You will see this wool return many times because I love it. It's so soft. It's amazing. It's a great color. It fits my aesthetic and color scheme perfectly. I bought so much of this wool this year. It's incredible. I'll try and link as many wools as I can remember down below. I'll make a list of the wools that everything's made out of, so that if you guys are like, hey, that's a cute wool, I want to buy that, then you can. And I love this brand. I can't remember what it is just at the moment, but I will figure it out and I will link it down below for you guys. And the second item is another pair of mittens. Can you tell I like mittens? My hands get cold very easily. And I figured out how to make thumbs at this point. I found a pattern that taught me how to make thumbs. So I did that. And I made these from these little balls of small amounts of wool. The balls were maybe this big. They were very small. They weren't big enough to make a full project on their own. But I looked at them and I was like, huh, those are cute colors. So I made mittens out of them. And I have learned you can't do a whole lot in mittens. Mittens are really hard to function while wearing. You have no fingers. You can't separate your fingers. Your hands are just like this and you're stuck. You're like a Barbie with their fingers are glued together. You're like Ida from My Hero Academia, just all the time. But they're so cute and I love them. On the theme of rainbows, I made this super long rainbow scarf. It is so long, but it is so cozy and I love it. It is so unbelievably long though. I think it's actually taller than me. It's longer than my height. I mean, that's not hard because I'm 5'2", but it's very long. If I don't wrap it around a couple times, I think it touches the floor when I wear it. It's long, but it's great. And it's this super cute pattern, and I will link the pattern that I made it from in the description. All the patterns from anything that I made that had a pattern will be linked down below. I will scour the internet to find them again, to link them for you guys, because honestly, this stuff is amazing, and I love all the patterns that I use. So I will share them with you guys so that you can use them as well. I made a lot of hats. I've made 3 hats this year. Well, actually, I made 4 hats. I made a hat for someone else, which obviously I don't have here because I gave it to them. I made a witch hat, and I love it. I made it around October-ish, I think. And it gives me Animal Crossing vibes. I wear it and I feel like I'm in Animal Crossing. I have a hat similar in my Animal Crossing. I love it. Animal Crossing is amazing, and if I can go out feeling like an Animal Crossing character, that is exactly how I want to live. And next we have this hat, which I made about a week ago, I think, because I got wool for Christmas and I loved it. And I was originally going to make a scarf, but the wool was quite a thick wool, so it didn't want to fall the way that a scarf would fall. It didn't want to obey the laws of gravity because wool does that sometimes. And so we have a hat. It keeps its shape. It like stands up. Like the hat stands up-ish. Like that's how like thick this wool is. It literally stands up. So it wouldn't turn into a scarf. But it makes a great hat. It also, I made, with the rest of the wool, I made these cute little slipper boots. And the third and final hat is my favourite hat. And also the hat that took the longest to make. This hat took so long. So much time of trying to figure out how it worked and redoing it and taking it out and like doing it again. And like trying like 3 different patterns. And it finally worked and I love it. It's this cat hat and I wear it all the time. And it's like one of those things that it makes me so ridiculously happy to wear it. Because it's like, it's just a hat. And it's got cat ears. And then I can go outside, when that's allowed, I can go outside for a walk and see like my shadow, and the shadow has cat ears. And if that isn't like peak happiness, I don't know what is. If you don't get joy from seeing your shadow have cat ears, maybe it's just I watch too much anime and I aspire to be a cat girl. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Being a cat girl's fun. Why would you want to be a person who like has a job and pays taxes when you can be a cat girl? Going on to the kind of more wearable items. I said they're all wearable items. But like the clothing items, they're all just different kinds of tops. And I love this one. I didn't actually intend to make it. Oh, it's inside out. So this is the top, the right way round. And it looks really, really tiny. It's made out of slip stitches so that then it like stretches like so much. So then you can get like a good like tight fit. And I haven't been able to wear it anywhere yet because it's like the middle of winter in the UK and like the warmest it gets here at the moment is like 5 degrees. I always do this. I make jumpers and cardigans in the summer and I make crop tops and stuff in the winter. I made like 2 pairs of shorts this winter. I was like, I can't wear them. Why do I do this? This little cable bit took so long, but it looks so good. I'm so happy with how it came out. I pretty much made up the entire thing as I went. I'm pretty happy with how it came out. This next item is the very first item of clothing that I made. I made this jumper, and I've made many jumpers like it since from the same pattern. So I made this jumper. I made a jumper for a friend of mine, and I made a jumper for my sister. I love this jumper. A lot of pain went into this jumper. I wasn't prepared for how long it would take. Because before that, I'd been doing just small projects, like the items were like no bigger than like this. Like they were really small items I was making before. To then go from that to a massive jumper, it was a lot. It took like 3 solid days. It took a while. But it's so cute and cozy and I wear it all the time. I was so proud when I finished this. It's like there's nothing better than that feeling of wearing something you've made and someone asks like, oh, where did you get that, whatever you're wearing? And you're like, I made it. That like feeling of like being so proud of yourself, being like, I made it. That was me. I got it from myself. My own hands, my own hard work. There is nothing better than that feeling. It is the best feeling in the entire world. So, like, if there's any reason to get into crafting, it is, like, to be able to just, like, tell someone, I made it, actually. I didn't buy it from a shop. I made it. And, like, that being proud of yourself when you finish a project. Like, sure, the entire project, you'll be like, I hate doing this. I want to be finished. Like, I don't want to be doing this project anymore. But when you finish and, like, you look at the thing, you're like, I made that. That was me. I did that. It is one of the best feelings in the entire world. It's absolutely a feeling I get from big projects like these. Because they're absolute hell while you're doing them. But it's such a good feeling when you're done. Speaking of projects that were absolute hell, I now present the Patchwork cardigan. Oh, I love this cardigan, but I actually cried a couple times while making it because it's made up of all of these squares, and I got the idea after, I think it was like in the middle of the year, when there was that Harry Styles cardigan that was like all over TikTok, and someone on TikTok decided to make it, and then someone on YouTube saw that TikTok and then made another video. I don't remember her channel name, but I will link her down below as well. And then she made one, and then I saw her video, and I was like, I want one, but I don't like the color palette, so I'm gonna make my own. But I love this cardigan, it's great. It has these big, like, chunky as hell buttons, and they took forever to find, like, buttons that were, like, the same and fit the color scheme. And it was so difficult, but I love them. And it took so long. And I watched so many movies while making this jumper. Moving on to another cardigan. Wow, this cardigan is significantly heavier than the last one, I hadn't noticed that. Is this rainbow cardigan that I made quite recently. I had originally planned to film making this cardigan when I bought the wool. I planned to film it. But then I just finished my last video and I really wasn't in the mood to film another video. I really wanted to make it. So I just made it in my off time. I will do a cool project like this for a video at some point, I promise. At first I was unsure about how the colour of the wool was going to turn out, because it was ending up to be a lot more kind of green and purple than pink. But it has a lot better colours on the back and on the sleeves. I was a bit concerned about the front panels. And I love the buttons. I didn't actually expect to love these buttons as much as I did. They were a complete accident because when I originally bought the wool, it was gonna be a jumper like the pink one. But then I changed my mind and decided I wanted a cardigan instead. So I didn't buy buttons for this project, so I had to go through like my little box of like random buttons from other things. So now I have these cute mismatched rainbow buttons, and they're so cute and I love them. I love everything in this video. I love all the things that I've made, which is I think one of the best things about making your own stuff is that it's gonna be exactly what you wanted it to be. You're never gonna get something completely perfect when you buy it at a shop. There's always gonna be something that's like slightly not perfect. But when you make things for yourself, like everything can be perfect because you can customize every single element to be exactly what you want it to be. And you can take like as long as you want to get it perfect. And I think that's really cool. And I think as well as this, a lot of my crocheting like this past year has helped me expand my style a lot. Like about a year ago, I never would have worn something like this. I would have been like, no, there's too many colours. I can't do it. It's too out there. Because I pretty much used to only wear like single colours, like at a time. I didn't mix colours like ever. But now I literally throw like so many different colours together at once. I'm just like, yes, all the colours in there right now, all of them. And I think this cardigan is kind of like a show of that because it's so many different colours. And I love it. And at the end, when I was trying to finish this trim, I was like, please don't run out of white wool. Please don't run out of white wool. Because I hadn't planned to do the edges in white. I hadn't really planned it at all. That was the problem. I didn't really plan anything for this cardigan. But it's so fun and colourful and I love it. The last item of clothing is the one that I'm wearing. I'm wearing it right now. And I love it. It's this super cute blue sweater vest. And again, I saw a pattern for it online. I was like, that is so cute. I love it. I love the vibes of that. It's perfect. So I decided to make it, but I didn't really know what wool I was going to use. And then I had a load of this wool left over from a project I made for someone else. I massively overbought wool for that project, so I had loads left and didn't know what to use it for. So I thought it'd be cute if I made myself a sweater vest out of the same wool, so then we could be like cute and matching, and we could like wear them together, and it would be so cute. And then I finished it, and I genuinely had to like put it down because I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. I was so unsure about it when I first finished it, because when I first finished it, I was like super upset because I didn't like the way that it looked on my body. And I was really, really upset about it because I wanted to love it so badly. And, you know, over the past like couple months since I made it, I have realized that actually I do really like it. But when I first finished it, it like really hit me that it was like a completely different style to what I normally wear. And it was a really big kind of shock, and I was like really like, it was a new look on my body, and I was really like confused about how I felt about it. But now I absolutely love it, as you know, I'm wearing it right now, and I love everything about the look about it. I do kind of feel like I look like I go to some kind of like anime private school. And the last item in this video is this bag. Oh my god, it took forever. Because this bag is made up of all of these like little individual flowers. And I had to make all of them individually and then sew them together. But I had to sew them together twice because I screwed it up the first time. And I didn't do it right. So I had to undo it and do it again. And then I had to do all this maths to figure out how to do this bit. And like to get it to like gather up at the top correctly. And it took so long. But I'm so happy with how it came out. It's so cute. It fits my style really well. And I love everything about it. I made this back in about June-ish after I saw Annika Victoria's video about how she made a similar bag. And I basically was like, that's so cute. Let's change the colour scheme and make it too. So I made it, and it's super cute and it's super useful. It's a really good size for the things that I need to put in a bag. And I really love it. And I added a cute little lining in it, and it's great. I love it. You should go and check out Annika's channel because she makes some really good things. Her content is great. And yeah, that is everything that I made in 2020. And honestly, I think it's been a really good way to deal with this past year. And, you know, putting emotions into a creative outlet is always good. And, you know, we're going into 2021 now, so let's hope for a better year. And, you know, let's all work towards it together, because if we want to have a better year, we have to work for it. So, you know, let's keep staying inside. Let's, you know, stay inside, social distance, don't go and meet people. That's not a good idea. Let's not do that. Let's all just band together to resolve this as fast as possible. And personally, I'm going to use all this time inside to really work on my YouTube channel. And in February, I'm going to start streaming on my Twitch, which will also be linked in the description if you want to check it out. My Twitch name is Epic Toffee if you wanted to have a look. I'm going to be streaming things like Minecraft, Sims. You know, if you wanted to check that out, that's what I'm going to be doing later on in the year. After my exams are done, I'm doing exams at the moment in January. And so February, I'm going to really pick up everything else. So yeah, that is the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, please consider leaving a like to show your enjoyment and support for the channel. If you want to see more videos like these, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified every time I post a new video. And leave a comment down below if there's anything you'd like to see me make this year. You've seen the kind of things that I can make, so if there's any cool patterns you're like, I want to challenge you to make this, leave a comment. I'll have a look. And I'll try my best. So, yeah. That's it for this video, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, everybody!